Hello you. It's Richard the Urban Warlock here with Pixie. Going to do another no hashtag reading. Just to remind you, it's going to be a collective one. It's going to be a love reading because I've done 2 love readings today. One was my classic Karmic Destroyer Activator readings, and the second one was quite nice actually. So I thought we'll see where we go. Thanks, Pixie. Right, so let's see what's cracking off. So just to remind you that tarot is not fixed. There are a couple of fixed cards in there, but for the most part they're not, so you can choose to change things. Most people don't because they don't like to listen to me. Probably not going to be too much of that because it's more, I'm going more kind of I suppose current situation. Well, we'll just see what pops up really. So see where we go. I am using the Rider-Waite X-Ray Black and Decker black and white deck, as I used last time, because they're new, so I'm going to use them. Right, let's have a look, see where we're at. Okay, it's interesting start. Just to remind you, if you would like to book a private reading, I do face-to-face, phone, video chat, or voice note if you go via my Linktree and go via the verified Instagram account or via my website, urbanwarlockhealing.com. I don't reach out to people, I'm not a scam artist. Right, let's get started then. So, this is interesting. Excuse me. So the first card we've got here is the Empress in the upright position. So the Empress, for me, talks about kind of divine feminine power, but more on an earth-based level. She's very much Mother Earth. She's kind, she's caring, she's devoted, she's loving. She's standing in her power. She's standing in her power. Now, when we talk about feminine energy, we're not necessarily talking about a woman, okay? We've all got masculine and feminine energies in us. So we're talking about somebody with higher feminine energies. This one's good to see. This is talking about kind of standing in your own power, feeling connected, loving yourself. This one's more about self-love. Standing in your power and being a bit of a boss bitch, that would be more the High Priestess. But this one's nice to see. You're not going to take any crap from anybody. And you don't really need to. It's very much got an energy of if anybody with stanky low energies comes along showing their interest, you're just going to be like, no thanks. No, not today. Not today, thank you. We then move on to the 3 of Wands in the upright position. So Wands relates to the element of fire. We're generally talking about taking some action. Now, 3s are actually about starting something. So you got the chap here and he's looking out. He's about to take his first steps out. So this is talking about, you know, you've found that inner power. You're standing in that power, and you're ready to make a move. You're ready to push forwards. We've then got another positive card. What is going off today? We've got the Judgment card in the upright position. It's probably not going to be mega clear, but you know, we don't want to offend people, do we now? Okay, so we've got what I'm assuming is the Archangel Gabriel. I'm covering up some naked people. They've got their bottoms out. They're rising from the grave. So in the literal sense of the card, these people have passed over. They've been judged worthy enough to ascend to heaven. Now, I generally attribute this to self-judgment as opposed to external. It can sometimes be external, but I'm going for internal judgment in this sense. So it's linking to this. It's linking to this. So we're standing in our own power. We're judging ourselves worthy enough now, and we're ready to start making a move forward with something new. So that's really good to see. So let's carry on. Let's have a look, see what we got. Oh, we've got 2 come out together. Right, okay. Okay, so the next card we've got here is the 5 of Wands in the upright position. So again, we're talking about some kind of action. Now, this card is in effect the fight card. There's lots of people having at it with their wands or their staves there. I don't feel that this is necessarily talking about like an internal fight or that you're involved in a fight. I kind of want to go down the lines of somebody's probably trying to drag you into something. I'm not worried about it because, like I say, we've got too many good cards to start there. Like I say, that Empress, no, not today, thanks. No, not playing that game. The other thing is, it could be that somebody's fighting for you, but One of the two. Like I say, it's a collective reading, so take what resonates. We then got the World card in the reverse position. Excusey, we've got boobies on this one and people get offended, so fingers got to go on them. Right, so the World card for me generally talks about the kind of ebb and flow of life, the changing of the seasons, going with the flow. It can indicate things like travel, moving location, stuff like that on occasion. Now, when it's in the reverse position, it tends to talk about kind of fighting against things. It's got a little bit of a feel. It's got a little bit of a feel that there's some kind of fighting going on around you, and it's. I want to say it's kind of slowing things up for you. I don't really want to go along the lines of that it's causing you too much aggro. I feel it's like it's very much just got the feeling somebody's trying to drag you back into something. Somebody's trying to drag you back into some kind of conflict, and you're not having it. Basically, that's where I'm going with that. So let's have a look for an outcome card. Okay, that's good to see. Okay, so the outcome card is the Three of Swords in the reverse position. So swords relate to the element of air. It's generally talking about the way we think and the words we use. Now, if I hold this up in the upright position, it's very much the heartbreak card. If we were talking about some kind of relationship reading, on occasion, it can indicate a third party. Okay. Now, with it being in the reverse position, it's talking about letting go of that. We're letting go of that. We're no longer either going to be involved in a third party situation, or it's that any kind of past hurt that we have associated with the situation, we're letting it go. We're letting it go. We turn the card around, gravity takes effect, and the swords start to fall out. You see, I always like to explain this one because although we're talking about heartbreak, swords relate to the way we think. So if we're talking about something from the past, the easiest way to describe it is if you're in a relationship and that person ends it, okay, for whatever reason, for a period of time, you're going to be walking around with that knotted sensation in your stomach. That's your emotions doing that to you. Now, after a period of time, that knotting goes away, and it does. And what we're left with then is the mental torment or anguish, if you want to call it that. That kind of keeps fueling that heartbreak. Okay, we're letting that go now. We're letting that go. So it's either there's somebody knocking about who's trying to keep you in this situation, and you're not having it anymore. You're letting it go. You're releasing it. It's either that somebody from the past has popped back up, and they're trying to stir things up again between you, or it's that you've been in a situation and it's time to start kind of letting it go and moving on. They're trying to keep you in this situation, and it's just slowing things down for you. But you're standing in your power. You're standing in your power as the Empress. The thing I love about the Empress card is that she, and it's something that I say a lot in readings, especially if it's like a kind of like a love reading where it's looking like the person's not happy or it's karmic and stuff like that. Like I say, it's about knowing your self-worth, knowing your self-worth, standing in your own power. Okay, and I love that card. I love that card. So, blockages card, we've got the Two of Wands in the upright position. So this card, it's similar to the three, but you'll notice the chap here is holding a globe. So twos tend to be the planning stage. Okay, so it's like we've decided what we want. We're going to put a plan together, and then we're going to start on actually take some action on the three. This would say to me, don't do too much planning. Just start taking some action. You know what your long-term goal is. You know what I mean? Does it really matter how we get there? Sometimes we don't have to plan everything, you know, down to the last T. Final card then, and I'm gonna hopefully it's under 10 minutes. Removing any blockages. We've got the King of Swords in the reverse position. So again, we're talking about masculine energy this time. Now, generally speaking, when the kings and queens are in the reverse position, they're not very good rulers. This guy gets in his head. He says the wrong things. He gets a bit paranoid. Don't get wrapped up in it. Don't get drawn into this fight. Okay. Take a logical approach, because you need to release it. You need to release it. You don't need to get back stuck in your head, and you'll get stuck back in your head if you're over planning things again. So I'm going to stop there. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. 25 seconds under the 10-minute mark. So, till next time, guys.